Hello, this is Grandmaster Ted Gambadella, continuing my series of 15 things I learned from Manny Pacquiao. Another one is, number 3, how to do conditioning for a fight. One of the most important things you have to know how to do to become a great martial arts fighter or a boxer is how to get in condition for a 3-round or 5-round or 15-round fight. It's a quite different thing to be in condition for a fight in a dojo or a school than to be in a condition for a cage or a ring fight or even a street fight. The training is different, the conditioning is different, and many fighters never achieve their full potential as a fighter because they don't know how to condition for a fight. There are 3 basic components for conditioning in a fight: endurance, power, and speed. If you don't have all 3 conditions, you won't be able to make it to the top. Now let's look at each 3 of these individually. The first thing you have to be is in condition for the fight is to have great endurance. So you have to be able to do 10 to 15 to 20 minutes of intense action in a fight. Running is a key component to building your conditioning, and there are 3 basic ways of running that you should use daily in your conditioning. Long distance running, you should run at least 3 to 5 miles a day or 30 minutes to an hour of endurance running. Running on the streets or a track or a treadmill. And practice your punching, or at least keep your hands up when you run. Don't just run like a jogger. Keep your hands up and punch while you're running. You should take a swift pace, but not a fast pace. You're building your endurance for the fight, or your win, because you intend to be able to go the distance, and you won't tire out when you learn to run a long distance and to control your breath and build your endurance that way. The second type of running you should do is sprinting. This should be done in 10 to 30, 100-yard dashes or 50-yard dashes, going full out and pushing yourself as fast and as hard as you can on each sprint. This is a great way to practice your sprints, and your endurance and build anaerobic conditioning. You want to also try and do your sprints on a curve and don't just run in straight lines. This will build up your aerobic conditioning, but it will also allow you short bursts of energy in the fight for 10 to 30 seconds in the fight without losing your wind or punching yourself out. It's a completely different type of endurance when you have that sprinting endurance and when you have the long distance endurance. Now the third type of running conditioning is hills or stairs. You should run for 10 to 20 or 30 stadium stairs. And you should run the stairs for 20, 30 minutes. This will build up your aerobic conditioning and your anaerobic conditioning and also strengthen your legs. And your legs are one of the first things that goes when you lose a fight. When you lose a fight, they say that you tend to lose your legs. It means you can't move around. You can't kick, you can't punch because it's due to your lack of conditioning. Running the stairs in the stadiums is a great way to build up the stamina in your legs and to build up your endurance for the fight. Now weight training is very important for making yourself in condition for a fight. The stronger you are, the better you are. I know it's true that a proper training can beat a man who is bigger and stronger than you, and I've done that many times, but like the old gangster saying, you can get a lot more with a smile and a gun than with just a smile. And you can beat a lot more people with proper technique and muscles than you can with just technique. So if you've got muscle and technique, you're going to beat the guy that just has technique. You should lift weights 3 times a week. I lift it 5 to 6 times a week, and only lift heavy one day. And if you're conditioning for a fight, your weight training should be very light with lots and lots of reps and pushing very hard on the last rep. Get in another rep out there. If you're conditioning for strength, you do that a long time before the fight, and then your weight training should be very heavy, but only once every couple of 2 or 3 days. And you want to go moderate in between. You're bulking up and building muscles in the weight training when you do the heavy weights. And when you lift before the fight, you're simply keeping the muscles that you already have conditioned and toned. So that's why you want to do a whole lot of reps. As you get older, you'll be doing a lot more reps than you will the heavy weights. Now there's a fad right now, and it's called kettlebells. You see all these guys in the gym using the kettlebells, and that's great. But you know what? It's not necessary. It's 105 years old. It's great, but you can get the same results with a dumbbell and a free weight. You don't need to go out and buy kettlebells to get your weight training. But if you have some at your club, they're very good to use as a supplement to your weight training. Don't replace your free weights with kettlebells, but you can certainly use them. You should also do body conditioning by doing calisthenics, bag punching, wall punching. You can do bear walks, duck walks, jiu-jitsu push-ups, handstands, sprawls, drop steps, jump squats. I have an excellent book on body conditioning and a DVD coming out it's already out, called Combat Conditioning with my son. It gives you some of the greatest combat conditioning fighting exercises you've ever seen in your life.
Now, there are tons of free sites on the internet that'll show you how you can get in great conditioning programs that you can use before the fight. Or you can buy books from past champions and past boxing champions and stuff like that. There's simply no reason that you do not have the materials to study to be in great condition for a fight. You don't have to have a great trainer. You can learn from books and DVDs. All it takes is time and determination. And when you're in better condition than your opponent, you will always have the advantage in the fight. This is Grandmaster Gambardella. I'll see you next time.